check the stream to see if we're streaming on Twitch, and the Zoom is not cutting back to me. So we'll have to deal with that. And I'm going to refresh the page. And we have audio. Excellent. Okay. And Dementia Radio. And if it doesn't cut back to me, oh no, I guess that'll be okay. All right, recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast, brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
It still hasn't cut back to me, so you see Drew Jacobs right now. So I'm going to, wow, how can I do this? Let's see. You know what? Let's go to that for now. So we'll be in gallery view for a bit, and we'll try it again later. Okay. I really wish Zoom would give you like manual controls to do, switch between people when stuff like this happens. But what are you gonna do?
Strange.
Welcome to episode 824 of the Fun Music Podcast for April 2nd, 2026. The title of this week's episode is Turkey Horn. And your job is to work that into our conversations somehow. Okay. So it's just me and Drew at the moment. Luke Ski is dealing with a personal matter at the moment. Hopefully he'll be joining us soon, but he may not, so we'll see. And I have a pre-recorded interview with Toby Danger coming up later in the show. So let's do the catch-up thing.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey, what? Oh, he's right.
So, all right, now let's switch back to speaker and see. Nope, still stuck on Drew. All right, so it's fine. So what have I been up to? Well, I put together a compilation album of FuMP songs for a promotional giveaway for April Fool's Day for a pizza place in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania called Paisanos. It's run by a FuMP old school super fan by the name of Sam Hill, who has been very supportive over the years, and we've done this in the past where, he put together a compilation album of some of his favorite FuMP songs, and he would just give them out as people ordered pizza in the shop. So this year we were a little bit late getting started, but I spent the weekend putting together the compilation album, got it out Monday, overnighted it so they would arrive on Tuesday, and he could give it away on Wednesday. And it is now Thursday, and as of now, the CDs still haven't arrived. So, go U.S. Postal Service! Yay! So,
my friends at the Postal Service.
Yeah.
Right on top of it.
Not sure what's going to happen now, but I imagine he's just going to continue to give them away whenever they happen to arrive, assuming they haven't been shipped to Cambodia or something. So, but we'll see.
It may have been an April Fool's joke by the U.S. Postal Service.
It might have been, yeah. I'm really wishing I remembered to put insurance on it, because I normally insure the CDs that I send out, and I just forgot this one time, and yeah, so that's on me. In other news, I finally got to go see some doctors over the past week or two, which is good, for the first time in over 2 years, almost 2.5 years, since I've been able to go see doctors, because health insurance is a wonderful thing. I don't know if I ever told this story on the show, but when I was laid off at the beginning of 2024, I was like, no problem, I'll just buy a plan on the marketplace, because they gave me a decent severance, so I had a fair amount of money, and I was like, I'll just buy a plan. And so I go on the marketplace, and because I was unemployed at the time, they said, no, you can't buy a plan right now because you qualify for Medicaid. So we have sent your application on to Medicaid. You're welcome. 10 months later, I was approved for Medicaid. In the meantime, I had nothing. So I should have just continued going to the doctors and paying out of pocket, but live and learn. So then this is like October, and of course Medicaid is all HMOs, so you have to go to your primary care physician and get a referral before you go see the specialist that you've been seeing for 6 years now. You now need a referral to go back to the doctor who you've been seeing for 6 years. And they assigned me a primary care physician who doesn't take Medicaid. So that was helpful. And like you can go on their website and change it, change your primary care physician. So I looked and I went to the second one, and the second one, not only is the doctor not there, but the building is gone. So I'm like, I'm really glad that they're keeping their information up to date. And then like the third option was like almost an hour away, and I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. So it was just a constant struggle to try to find a doctor, and then I got a different plan the following year, and it was the same situation. I couldn't get a primary care physician who I could get to get a referral to go see these doctors. So this year I finally found a plan that didn't require that, so I could just go see a doctor now. Because and the other thing I found out is when you're on Medicaid, you are not allowed to pay cash to go see a doctor. Like, you can't just go to a doctor who's not on being like in network or whatever and pay cash. That's against the law.
Wow.
I don't know who thought of that law or why, but like So the past couple of years have not been good, but I am finally back on the medicine that I was taking 2.5 years ago. And hopefully as it ramps up, I will start feeling better. And I finally got to see an ENT about my breathing problems through my nose. And did you ever have skin so dry it just cracks and bleeds?
Yeah, actually I have.
Yeah. That apparently happened inside my nose.
Oh.
I never felt it. And I never got like a gush of blood. But I told the doctor, I'm like, yeah, when I blow my nose, I very often get like blood clots out, like as if my nose had been bleeding a little bit, but I've never had like gushing blood. So he took a look up my nose and he said, yeah, you have a wound in there. I'm like, I do? I'm like, okay, that's new. So he prescribed a couple of sprays, mostly allergy stuff and just moisturizer stuff. But he said I need to like not blow my nose for as long as I can stand to, so that it heals, because that's the problem, is just it hasn't been healing because I've just been blowing my nose constantly, trying to get my nose to clear, and I've just been aggravating it. So,
oh my,
so. Life is fun.
That's unique, buddy. I don't know if I've ever heard of it.
That was a new one on me.
Congratulations. Yeah.
And the only other thing is I started a new acting class this week. This is a film genre class where we're going to be doing scenes in different genres. And we did 2 scenes on Tuesday. One was a Western and one was a horror. And they were fine. They were fun. The really cool thing about the horror scene is I got to bite my co-star.
How do you like it?
He thought it was great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a fun scene where I was like begging him for help because I had been bitten by a zombie, and like he finally agrees to help me, and then I bite him. So it was fun.
It's like the old joke about the snake who needs help and promises
exactly.
that they can't bite him. You know, they won't bite you, and he bites it and says, "Well, what do you expect? I'm a snake." You know?
Yep, it's that, but in horror movie form.
Okay.
So what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I've been busy. Speaking about horrors, we watched Sinners. Have you seen that movie yet?
No, not yet. No.
Oh my gosh.
I've heard it's really good.
It is incredibly good. It's not the kind of movie that I would normally watch. I thought it was a movie about some 1940s blues people. Well, it's that, and I'll just leave it at that. But it is. It took us 2 nights to watch it because we were so freaked out after the first hour or so. We said, we got to turn this off and catch our breath. And went back to it the following night and finished it.
Where's it available to watch?
It is on HBO Max.
Okay, cool.
HBO Max. So yeah, I highly recommend it if you like horror, and if you like the blues as well. So it's a nice combination of those two. Good story and of course good acting. It won all the Academy Awards and all that kind of good stuff, and very good. So that's one thing. Other than that, I've been doing a lot of playing out. I do a program for assisted living and nursing homes and senior apartments and all that, playing ukulele and singing all the songs from the 40s and 50s and 60s and now 70s, because that generation has reached that part of their life. And so I've been doing a lot of that, and then doing a lot of music stuff, my own personal music stuff. Done some shows. I've got a show coming up next Friday, the 10th, in beautiful Lee, Massachusetts, at the Lee Library, where I'll be performing and explaining the stories behind some of my songs and being sort of interviewed. It's a singer-songwriter kind of thing. And it's great. I promise you'll laugh so hard you'll be shushed at the Lee Library. So and free library cards for anybody who attends. So
cool.
That's a perk too. It's 4:00 next Friday in Lee, Massachusetts, which is about an hour from where I'm sitting right now.
Okay.
But I've been doing a bit out there and have garnered a small but loyal following.
Nice.
So that's been fun. Then the next night I'm here in Albany on the 11th at a ice cream shop called Emac and Bolio's.
Ooh, ice cream and comedy music. Now you've got my attention.
There you go. 2.5 hours of nothing but Drew.
Yeah.
and ice cream. So that's good too. And then the 18th I am in Millbrook, New York, hosting a comedy show that I'm producing at Charlotte's Restaurant in Millbrook with Moody McCarthy, who is a terrific regional and actually national comedian. He's been on Letterman. He's been on Jimmy Kimmel, and he's just a terrific comedian, and it'll be a lot of fun as well.
I'm just looking up where Millbrook is. It's
Millbrook is around Poughkeepsie. In the general area of Poughkeepsie. Yep, not about an hour and a half from where I'm sitting. So not too bad for those folks. Certainly not bad for folks out of the Poughkeepsie area.
I was wondering how far it was from me, but it's probably about hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, probably
Hour and a half, I would guess.
Oh, not bad. That's about as far as it is for me. So it's that's not bad either. So yeah, and then I'm doing some writing and some recording. I'm working on a Halloween song. Halloween is only 215 days away.
Right.
It'll be here before you know it. So
weather will be getting cold again before you know it.
That's right. Yeah. Do it now. So beat the rush, as we say. So I got this idea about a week before Halloween last year, and which is usually when I get my best ideas for holiday songs.
Like right as the holidays almost over, right?
Yeah. So I said, okay, let me just jump on this, and so I've been playing it out and refining it, and now I'm in the process of recording, and it'll definitely be out for the Halloween season, and certainly it'll be on the FuMP. I certainly hope you guys will play it. I think you will. It seems to be getting a lot of good response from folks who hear it. So cool. That'll be fun. And then back in February, I did I was in Nashville for a performance workshop with a country artist, Susie Boggess, who had a bunch of hits in the 90s and the late 80s, and she's out on tour now. You can look her up and go see her. She's terrific, and had a great time with about 11 other singer-songwriters, and we performed at the Bluebird Cafe, which is the place for singer-songwriters in Nashville to play. So that was a bucket list event for me, and got great video that you can find on my website, drewjacobs.com, and do a couple of songs. I do what do I do? I do Everybody Hates the Baby. Which goes over big, and there's an app for that, which is a song that goes back to I think my third CD.
Yes.
As well. So great response from the audience. Sold out room, about 120 people or so, something like that.
Nice.
And really a great time, and I was even pretty good. I think I gave myself a solid B plus, maybe
Good.
B plus.
Good. Yeah.
Bordering on A. So that was good.
Excellent.
So it's been good. It's been busy, and it's been fun. It's been fun. So we just keep this summer plan on doing some more playing out, more stand up. We'll be heading out, kind of going back and forth to Cape Cod. I've got shows out there, and I'll be doing some stand up out there as well as music stuff. So looking forward to all that. And you can find all those dates and places on drewjacobs.com, as well as the FuMP. So, and I always appreciate when you guys post where I am.
Cool. So you posted a song.
Yep.
Give us a quick intro. We will give it a listen.
Okay, this is a song I wrote last year. It's called The Robot Song. I played it out a bunch of times and got some good response, and I was trying to figure out the best way to record it. And suddenly I said, gee, I've never done an a cappella song. So I started doing that, and I said, maybe if I play the tuba on it as well, as a background, which I do, and so I decided to go ahead and do that, and so put it all together with me and four of my voices and the tuba and a little rhythm accompaniment, and 2 minutes later we got us a song.
All right, here is The Robot Song by Drew Jacobs.
I've got a robot who vacuums my floors, vacuums my floors, vacuums my floors. I've got a robot who vacuums my floors, but I don't have a robot who will love me. I've got a robot who will answer my calls, trim the dog's claws, make Swedish meatballs. I've got robots that'll do all that, but I don't have a robot who will love me. I know that I could order one online or buy one from a shop downtown, 'cause I'm missing your loving all the time. I'm not used to you not being around. I've got a robot who records my favorite shows, wash my dirty clothes, wipes my runny nose. I've got robots that'll do all that, but I don't have a robot who will love me.
Runny nose is a very common symptom. It is always possible to wash clothes in a regular washing machine. If you'd like to tell me how I can improve, try saying, I have feedback. I don't have human love figured out quite yet.
I could have one made that looks like you, but that would be creepy and a little insane. But if you won't come back, what I'm gonna do is have it answer when I call out your name. I've got robots who vacuum my floors, answer my calls, make Swedish meatballs. I've got robots that'll do all that, but I don't have a robot who will love me. No, I don't have a robot who will love me. No, I don't have a robot who will love me.
So do you actually have a tuba?
Oh yeah, you want to see it?
Sure.
It's right over here. There it is.
Wow, nice. Oh, now it's what switches back to me. Okay.
Oh, of course, finally.
Nice. I love tubas. They're so impractical.
Yeah. Oh, I played starting in fourth grade, and I played all through high school, and then when I graduated high school, I kind of put it down, and then I was working. And I was working in television production, and I was producing a commercial for a client. And he said, "I'm looking for music," and I mentioned a song. He said, "Oh, you know classical music?" I said, "Well, yeah, I play tuba." He said, "You play tuba?" "I play tuba." The guy gets me a tuba to play in the Shriners Band for a 4th of July parade. So I do it, and I give him, my wife says, "Oh, this will be great." I give him back the tuba, and a bunch of years go by, and I'm driving down the road, and I pass a music store, and there's a tuba in the window. So I stop in and I say, "How much is that tuba in the window?"
Of course you did. Yes.
Of course I did. For nobody else but me, and now you. And so I wound up buying it and playing around with it a little bit, and then finally buckled down a couple of years ago and took some lessons and got my lip back. And I've played a couple of different shows with bands at Christmas time. There's something called Tuba Christmas. Which happens all across the country. It's Christmas concerts with just tubas and euphoniums. So I spend a couple of months every year practicing and getting my lip back into shape to play those. And I've done about 2 or 3 a year for the last couple of years, and so that's always fun.
Nice.
So
for a song about robots, a cappella plus tuba is not where I would have gone. Like, my immediate thought was a song about robots. If you want to sing, do like an electronic synthesized voice, a lot of bleeps and bloops and stuff, Star Trek sound effects, that type of thing. But for some reason this works, and I don't know why.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I was going to use a turkey horn, but instead
I pushed the button. It didn't click. I pushed it.
Instead, I used the tuba. So it worked out. I tried the turkey horn, but it didn't sound right. It sounded not quite turkey enough and a little too horny.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. So Luke has joined us. Hi, Luke.
So what you're saying is that the show title. So you're saying the show title is Turkey Horn, is what you're saying.
And it didn't cut to you for some reason. Maybe you need to be louder. I don't know.
Cutting to me. Hello, look at microphone. Hi, I am me. Look at me. Cut to me. Camera. Hi.
Nope. Maybe it's stuck on me now. Let's just go back to gallery for a while. I love Zoom. Everything works great, doesn't it? It's wonderful.
Technology.
Thank you. So what inspired this song? I mean, are you looking for a love robot? Is that what's happening here?
No, I can't quite remember. I use the Alexa on part of it there, and we've had a Roomba in the house for a bunch of years, and I just started thinking, what kind of love song, could you write that includes that kind of stuff? And there are so many robots now doing so many different things, but the one thing, as far as I know, that it can't do is have love, and I think Alexa even mentions that in the song. So that's a good thing to include. But I didn't expect her to say, I think I asked her, "What's love?" and that was the answer she came back with. So it with a little skillful editing, it all worked together. But it was fun to do. Like I said, I've never done. I don't consider myself the world's greatest vocalist, although I think I've gotten a little bit better over the years. But it was fun to work out the harmonies and all that kind of stuff, and put it all together. So
how many part harmony did you do?
I did 4.
4. Okay.
I did 4. So it all
was it hard to figure out?
No, because I have a keyboard that I was able to
okay.
kind of work out the chord and say, okay, so I need this note, and this note, and then kind of worked it from there. So, kind of elementary. I've never had any official vocal training per se, but over the years, you pick things up here and there.
Yeah.
And learn how to do stuff. So it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed the piece, and I'm glad you guys liked it too.
It's a fun little song.
Thank you.
I don't know what else to ask you about it. So what else is going on with you?
Boy, that is it. I'm as I say, I'm prepping for these shows coming up. I've got for the stand-up show, I've got some writing I've got to do and organize. As a host, I do about 15 minutes of material, which usually consists. I usually open up with one of my songs and then finish my set with a song as well. I think this time I'm going to do an audience participation for the old classic Beep Beep. Beep,
cool.
Beep. Beep,
Yeah.
beep. You usually grab an audience member to play the horn.
Playmates.
It was one of the first novelty songs that I ever heard and loved. I still remember my father playing the 45 for me, and I loved it.
Yeah, my wife's got the 45 here somewhere. She said I could play it, but it's probably worn worn to pieces at this point. So that'll be fun. And we usually do about.
Have either of you guys heard the?
I'm sorry?
Have either of you guys heard the version of the group Big Daddy did a cover of Prince's Little Red Corvette, basically in the style of the song Beep Beep?
No!
I don't think I have. That sounds neat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Little Red Corvette. It's really, yeah. Hopefully, it's on like YouTube or something somewhere.
You know what? I'll give a search for it because I'll play it on Manic Mondays if I can find it.
That's great. I've heard their stuff before. They're a lot of fun.
Let me write that down in my Manic Mondays to do so I don't forget. Songs. Little Red Corvette by who was it? Big Daddy?
Big Daddy.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Daddy.
All right. I'll see if I can find that for this week's show. Cool. All right. So, Drew, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Just if you're in the area, if you're in the upstate New York area, the Albany, New York area, come on out. As I said, Lee, Massachusetts, next Friday at 4:00 in the afternoon at the Lee Public Library. Next Saturday, the 11th, at Emack and Bolio's on Delaware Avenue in Delmar, or in Albany, I should say. That's 7 to 9:30. Grab some ice cream and listen to some tunes. And then Saturday the 18th, out in beautiful Millbrook, New York, near Poughkeepsie at Charlotte's Restaurant. So work. Busy.
Sounds it.
And
right.
DrewJacobs.com. DrewJacobs.com for all that kind of information and CDs and Bandcamp and blah, 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 blah.
Sweet. All right, so are you sticking around for the rest of the show, or are you going to take off?
I think I'm going to take off, but I appreciate, as always, the opportunity, and hi to all the fellow Fumpers, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right, then. All right, thanks for joining us, dude. We will catch you next time.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Later.
See ya.
This is the FuMP,
Give to the homeless and love all my neighbors. Don't blow my paychecks at 31 flavors. Pay down my credit cards, firm up my buns. These are a few of my resolutions.
There's a Demogorgon loose in town, and he's a flower-headed jerk. There's a hero in this town, and they call him Chief. He's gonna solve all these mysteries. His right hook alone will leave you missing teeth. So you don't mess around with Jim. I never got the chance to start a Ponzi scheme, my friend, or to party with them rowdy Taliban.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. THEFUMP.com.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Mr. Jefferson, this is Dr. Reeves again. The first one.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, today is Dr. Demento's 85th birthday. So happy birthday,
Hooray!
Dr. Demento.
Woohoo!
And the FuMP's April Fool's newsletter went out yesterday. If you're not on our mailing list, you can view it online at tiny.cc/FuMP0400126 for April 1st, 2026. tiny.cc/FuMP0400126. We have a bunch of made-up stories, including the FuMP in Fortnite, Devo Spice rebrands as Strange Hal, Dr. Pinkerton repairs the Time Door, MarsCon 2027, and the FuMP complies with Executive Order H309841, and more stuff on there. I generally hate April Fool's Day, but I like when people do funny things as opposed to, like, things you can't tell if they're real or not.
Yeah.
So we try to make it a point to with our April Fool's newsletter that, yes, these are all obviously fake stories. Yes. So, and I loved the one you wrote about MarsCon.
Of them.
Yeah. I loved the one you wrote about MarsCon.
So if you want to read all about it, go to the thing and read the thing.
And this was something I actually had to confirm was not an April Fool's joke. Needlejuice Records has announced that They're Coming to Take Me Away, Haha, is now available on 8-track. So you can pre-order it now at needlejuicerecords.com. And apparently nobody makes 8-track, container cassettes anymore, and 3D printing them has proven to not work well. So they actually have to buy, like, existing 8-tracks in bulk and then, like, rip the tape out, put the new tape in, put a new label on, stuff like that. So
wow.
So they're dedicated to that old media. I love it. All right, so that's all I got for news. If you want to do what you've been up with now, what you've been up to with...
Well, there's another bit of news you forgot to mention that ties into Dr. Demento's birthday, is that Tony Goldmark released a video today for his song Smogberry Pie.
Oh, I didn't know that was out.
Yeah, he put it out today. He was waiting until his birthday to put it out. So some of if you saw me perform at MarsCon, you saw the video, but now it's out for the whole world to see. We started off MarsCon weekend with the comedy music track, filming all of us swaying back and forth, singing the final chorus of that song, and that is the final shot of this video. And Tony just went above and beyond with the editing of this video to have visual representations of all of the songs and artists that are name checked in his song. So go to presumably Tony Goldmark's YouTube page and you can see it there, and it rules. So shout out to Tony for doing that. And,
awesome.
And of course,
yeah, I didn't see that.
Demento.
Excellent. All right. So do you got anything else before tour dates?
Read the tour dates, and then I'll see if there's anything I can talk about since last week.
Okay. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goody hosting at the Bluebird. Sundays online, 2 Sleeps. The last Sunday of each month on Facebook, Lauren Mayer. Mondays online, Steve Goody and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. Wednesdays in San Francisco, California, Ben Vicini. On the 3rd in Easton, Maryland, Bussy. On the 3rd in Garden City, New York, Carla Ulbrich. On the 4th in Stroudsboro, Pennsylvania, Jessica Delfino. On the 4th in Oakland, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. On the 4th in Muncie, Indiana, Mikey Mason. On the 6th at virtualcomedyshow.com, me, Devo Spice. I will be the music guest on Monday. On the 7th in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goody. On the 10th in Lee, Massachusetts, Drew Jacobs. On the 11th in Albany, New York, Drew Jacobs. On the 11th in Alameda, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. And on the 11th in Muncie, Indiana, Mikey Mason. And birthdays coming up on the 8th, Rand Bellavia of Ookla the Mock. Happy birthday, Rand.
Woohoo.
All right, so that's all I got.
So, March 25th, let me look at the calendar. Well, anyway, yeah. I put out the episode 14 of Luke's Animation Stuff podcast, which is the second half of which was recorded live at MarsCon, featuring Ross Childs as Vice President J.D. Vance. So you can all listen to that in the various places you can hear podcasts. You can also go to luke.ski/podcast, and it's also on my Patreon page. And then speaking of my Patreon, I put out episode 4 of Luke Ski's monthly mixtape Madness, and the theme of the whole episode is animated TV show theme songs, and side A is songs from the 20th century, and side B is songs from the 21st century. And I think it's a pretty darn good mix of stuff. So that's for anyone who is, any level of patron from $1 and up over on, patreon.com/LukeSki. And I also managed to put out the March content for both the behind the scenes of the cartooning and animation and the comedy music. The cartooning and animation is basically me reading everyone's feedback on the Deanna and Darius work in progress animatic, which people either saw at MarsCon or they saw if they are pledged at that level on my Patreon, and included a bunch of still shots from the animatic too, and talked about those. And then for the comedy music behind the scenes, based on some suggestions from Devo and Ian, I basically ran down the entire list of everything I do every year to make MarsCon happen, plus what I did for my set this year, and also talked about the wackiness that we did with Ian at the end of his concert.
I still need to post that video. I'll do that.
Yes, you still need to post that. I even mentioned it in the post. I end my post there saying, I just realized I don't think Mikey Mason knows we did this at all. Devo, post the video so we can show it and everybody, dang it. So that's a thing. And let's see, aside from that, let's see, this past week it was Bonnie Gordon's birthday, and she had a little birthday get-together on Monday night at the Scum and Villainy Cantina, so I went out and hung out there for like 90 minutes and said hi to her, so that was cool. They had karaoke there. I got up and I sang Welcome to the Internet by Bo Burnham. And then the following night I went to see the, premiere, the midnight premiere showing of the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
How was it?
Which was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It made me happy to see the villain characters from Super Mario Brothers 2 who don't get nearly enough recognition. Actually be in something. And there's only one. The only bit of potential criticism I have of this movie is, remember how in the early days of South Park, when it would be like, oh, George Clooney wants to be on South Park, so they just had him do the voice of the dog.
Yes.
Like, Ruff! So it's like George Clooney as the dog, and then they did something. They did another person like that. Was it like Jay Leno was a cat? I don't know. It was something like that, like where basically it's like, like Matt and Trey doing it to point out how stupid having celebrity voiceovers is, by making them do something that, like, do the voice of something that basically doesn't matter. So, having Donald Glover be the voice of Yoshi is that nonsensical. Because he's not talking like himself, and Yoshi doesn't talk at all other than saying his own name like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, having Donald Glover be like, Yoshi, it makes no sense. He's not adding anything to that character. It's like, you have Eric Bauza right there in the booth doing the voice of the Toad General. Just have Eric Bauza do it. He did Diddy Kong in the last movie, so just have Eric Bauza, The only way it makes any sense to me is if we found out that, like, Donald Glover is a huge Mario fan and he loves Yoshi, and has been a huge Yoshi fan his whole life, and, talked to his agents and said, oh, if they're, in the sequel, please, I really want to be the voice of Yoshi, because, like, it would be a personal dream of his to be Yoshi. Like, okay, fine, then it's okay. But outside of that, it makes zero sense having any celebrity be the voice of Yoshi. But that said, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with the character Yoshi in this movie other than, the thing I just said. So... But anyway, I thought it was super fun. I'm definitely going to be seeing it again when Kalani gets back to town.
Yeah, I need to see it when I can get a chance.
Yeah, I have been cleaning up the apartment all day today because, like Brigadoon fading into existence, Santana will be returning to the apartment tomorrow, in theory. With one of her friends, Vivi, joining her for a week to visit. So it's like...
It's Santana's annual trek back to her apartment.
Yeah. She keeps having to deal with so much stupid, weird family stuff out in, where they live on the east side of the country. And then she has her awesome job with Fan Expo. What the hell was that?
Somebody followed us. Oh, Drew Jacobs followed us on Twitch.
Oh, okay. So yeah, she says she's going to be around for a while. We'll just see how that pans out. But Vivi's going to be around for at least a week, and then Vivi has to get back home because she has a day job. So, but yeah, it'll be an Easter extravaganza where I go to my job.
Yeah,
and that's it. So, but yeah, so that's basically what's been up with me. I hope I didn't miss anything immensely important going
you did
on
not.
with you.
No, the only thing you might be interested in is, do you remember that when I sent out the FuMP status update on Monday, I mentioned the Paisanos pizza compilation? I don't know if you even read it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I read it. I know.
Okay. Yeah. So I sent that overnight express mail so that it would arrive on Tuesday and he could give it away on Wednesday. It is now Thursday night. It has not arrived yet, and they don't know. I don't think they know where it is. So that's fun. So
it's hanging out with the base of the Ian Logan trophy I made for him.
If it shows up in your processing facility, let me know.
Yeah. No, Ian actually did get that base finally.
Okay, good.
Because I asked the hotel to send it to him, and then Dr. Don sent him another orange cat to to put on it. So he has a build your own Logan.
That's how we should send them out, just like Legos. Yeah. You have to assemble them.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I appear to have a big lag with you for some reason, but that might be my fault because I'm trying. Because speaking of Ian, I am currently uploading video of his concert from MarsCon because he wanted me to do that while I had the chance. So
that will explain it, because your bandwidth is terrible. We're getting like 1 frame per second out of you, but that would explain it. All right, let's do a second song. Might as well. I have a pre-recorded interview with Toby Danger, so let's do that, shall we? Here is "The End of Everything" by Toby Danger.
Had a dream and I woke to reveal all of the things that I dreamed they were real. Coronavirus, global warming, then I can't get DoorDash after 10 p.m. I woke up with a knot in my back. Saw democracy was under attack. Not to mention that I run out of snacks. Now I'm really, really fat. It's feeling like game over, like the end of all mankind. But I won't shed a single tear. I think it's about time. This is the end of everything I know, and I feel fine. This is the end of everyone I know. It's about time. Laid off and the rent's overdue. My grandma died in the hospital too. And then my cat took a dump in my shoe. I'm feeling like I've come unglued. The world is all in tatters. Cities burning to the ground. Cause you won't say Black Lives Matter or wear a mask when you're in town. This is the end of everything I know. And I feel fine. This is the end of everyone I know. It's about time. With all my heroes dying and politicians lying, Australia's rioting as we speak. Seems like we had a good ride. Our carbon footprints worldwide. It looks like it's the end of our street. And I really think we all should know. And as far as our full people go, we were the best ones to compete. This is the end of everything I know, and I feel fine. This is the end of everyone I know. It's about time. This is the end of everything we know, and I feel fine. This is the end of everyone we know. It's about time.
I am here with Toby, Danger, or half of them, I guess. I have Ryan and Chris with me. Welcome, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you been?
You know, we have been dormant, but otherwise good.
Dormant seems like a good idea at this point.
You know, when you're guys of our stature, meaning our size and shape, laying down is something that is very popular in our world.
So tell us about the end of everything, and by that I mean the song, not literally the end of everything, because that could go on for a long time.
Sure. You know, it's at this point, it's really almost one and the same. The End of Everything is a really interesting song because the genesis of it, like the first draft of this song happened right after COVID. And the whole theme of the song is, this is probably the end of everything. And it's kind of like, we're ready for it. It's about time. We're tired of everyone and everything. So let's just get it over with. And so that was coming from, you know, all of the things with the pandemic that we were dealing with and people in the world and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And then we wrote it, we were performing it live, and then we recorded it a couple years later. And we were like, you know what? The world is kind of even worse now in a lot of ways. So we updated some of the lyrics to be a little more timely and not directly just about COVID, but just about how the world in general is awful right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we recorded it, and then we got into this current administration, and it's just the song at this point is evergreen because things just get worse and worse.
Yeah. This song, you could keep updating this song forever, and things are just going to get worse from here on out, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and the pace that we're going at right now, we could probably just write all new lyrics to it once a week.
Yeah, I think you could. You'd probably want to kill yourself after a couple of weeks of that, but you could do it.
You could do it. It ties in perfectly with the theme of the song. If there's nothing that we appreciate in Toby Danger, it's good branding.
So this was written shortly after COVID, or like, was it during lockdown?
Yeah, I mean, it started as an idea during lockdown and just watching all of the people being ridiculous about masking and all of that kind of stuff. And then, I sat down and officially wrote it shortly, probably 21 or 2022. And then we were performing it live for a couple years there. And we were like, we should record this. Finally got around to doing that. And we were like, by this point, we need to update some lyrics because, COVID, a lot of people are putting that behind them, which I understand. So we updated the lyrics at the time for what was going on in the world, which was...
Yeah, I noticed that, you didn't mention too much about the pandemic. Like, you didn't mention Tiger King, you didn't mention hoarding toilet paper or anything like that. Which, because I guess those are, those are over at this point. I mean, Tiger King is still watchable, but nobody talks about it anymore.
Nobody talks about the Tiger King, and I feel bad for him. It's the lyrics, the original draft of the lyrics, which I'd have to find somewhere at this point when we were performing it live, was very much more pandemic oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just got so far away from that chapter that we were like, it doesn't make sense to release a pandemic song in 2025. And we recorded it in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we updated the lyrics to be a bit more generalized. And we should have just waited a few more months to November.
Well, that's like waiting for an upgrade for a computer so you can buy one. You're always going to be waiting because it's always going to be getting worse and worse.
Yep. And it has. That's proven true. So, that the whole song is just a fun, dark humor celebration of just being ready for wanton death and destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Just come on at this point.
Bring it on. Yep. Picturing Joe from Family Guy. Bring it on!
Exactly. Chris, you do a good Joe from Family Guy, don't you?
I do not. That is the one character I do not do.
No, that's the one.
That's the one.
Well, can you do what's his face? The guy goes no as he about to fall off.
Oh, Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
Do you do a Cleveland, Chris?
I also cannot do a Cleveland.
I'm
0 for 2.
We were just talking about this the other day. We were trying to come up with ideas for content because we absolutely suck at it. We were like, what if we all decided to just try random impressions that we cannot do? Because we all love impressions, and all of us are really terrible at them. That was the inside joke with Chris. None of us can do impressions. He doesn't do any other characters. I can do a semi-decent Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is really just the Stitch voice from Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
This is my family. But, a lot of people can do that voice. I'm gonna make my best Cleveland attempt now. No. Yeah,
works for me.
That's the best I got.
Better than what I can do.
So here we are.
Yep.
Waiting for death.
So have you guys been performing out a lot? I know you mentioned performing the song live.
So we were performing out quite a bit up through last year. And then we took the first part of this year off because we have been just recording and producing what is essentially our EP, but we've been releasing the songs one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're kind of trying to kind of get ahead of things. So we're actually, like, we just had a recording session on Monday where we were recording stuff that we won't be releasing until end of summer.
Okay.
Because we have things that we recorded like tail end of last year and early this year that we are working on releasing now.
Okay. So you're going to try to make it like music videos and stuff to go along with the releases?
That's the idea. We did shoot a really fun music video at the beginning of last year that I still have not finished editing yet because I'm just a piece of garbage. But I will say that it involved all of us dressing up like rock and roll icons from the past. We had a Prince thrown in there. We had some Elvis. We had some Freddie Mercury in there.
Nice.
We had a good time. We were all throwing hamburgers at each other. French fries were flying all over the place. It was really a good time, and it's gonna be a really good video.
It sounds like it.
If I can get it released before we are nuked, that'll be, look out for that.
Cool. Yeah, I will definitely keep an eye out for that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we had a good time. We got a bunch of photos and stuff from that day too, because me in a one-piece white satin jumper with rhinestones all over it.
Oh yeah,
it's a good time.
Sounds awesome.
Quite the sight to behold.
We do. We recently released our cover of "Dare to Be Stupid" as part of the FuMP album for Dr. Demento, and we would really love to shoot a music video for that one as well. We got the yellow jumpsuits, we got the goggles. We just haven't gotten around to doing anything because we are terrible people.
You got to get your head in a bin of mashed potatoes and recreate that whole scene, because that was always my favorite bit.
Yeah, that's a great one. The other thing too is I'm still figuring out how to cut a hole in the bottom of my microwave so I can stick my head in there.
Yes.
Rotate around. I do have a broken microwave that I am going to use for that.
Oh, nice. That's handy. I was going to say you could probably pick up a cheap broken one at a yard sale or something, but if you already have one, then you're well ahead of the game.
I kind of did it in a roundabout way. Years ago, I impregnated my wife, and that bore some children, and then we just waited until those children broke the microwave.
Okay.
Before this music video.
Yes.
It was the long game, right, Ryan?
Always playing the long game.
Someday these kids are going to break that microwave, and then we're going to make a video.
Yeah. The problem now is the microwave is broken, and I don't know what to do with these kids.
Yeah, that can be a problem.
Trying to see if maybe Facebook Marketplace will get rid of them.
All right, so do you guys have anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, we're always plugging things here and there. So The End of Everything, which you can listen to on the FuMP, also has a coinciding T-shirt design that we made for it that's very fun. Just a very happy Earth walking hand in hand with death and destruction. And that's available for purchase at tobydanger.com. We also are going to be releasing another song. Actually, a new song comes out tomorrow, the 3rd. It'll come out on the FuMP a little later, but it's released on Spotify tomorrow. And that is our ode to being not cool, called There's No Such Thing as Cool, which features a South African choir and a guitar solo.
Nice.
So that's one for the books for sure. So if you go to tobydanger.com, you can find all of our links there and you can check any of that stuff out. But definitely go visit our page on the FuMP and listen to the stuff that we got there as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we will catch you next time.
All right. As long as we're not dead, we'll see you.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback. Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback. I'm tired and having trouble focusing my eyes, so this should be fun.
Am I any less laggy now?
Oh, much. Yes.
Okay, good.
Did you finish or did you give up?
Well, there's 3 files, so I finished the first one and then I just stopped the other 2 so I can wait and finish them later.
All right. We're almost done. You can restart them soon.
Okay.
Alvarant wrote, what was the War Crimes' third FuMP song? The website just has more for me and this latest one. I don't know, unless he's talking about what was the War Crimes? What was Trevor's project prior to the War Crimes?
The Trevor Project.
No, it was... God, no. Jesus, Luke.
What? It's a well-known project. Give me 13 episodes.
Thumb Nuts. The Thumb Nuts. Oh, he was probably talking about the Thumb Nuts song, The Modern Prometheus. And over on YouTube.
A-Log! Oh my god, it's you, not again!
A-Log wrote, man, I haven't heard anything from Michael William Hunter in a long while after his Indiegogo campaign for his album Popsicle Culture. Hope he's doing okay, and I miss playing his parodies. And also, the only good thing we ever got out of the Janet Jackson boob incident of 2004 was the comedy that came from it. I still have fond memories of laughing over I Saw Janet Jackson's Boob by Benji Edwards back in the day. Either way, censorship still sucks. Oh, and for the record, that particular short radio edit of Because I Got High was number 4 on the Funny 5 for September 23rd, 2001. Sadly, the show in question is still not up in the archive audio-wise. Thank you, A-Log. And that's all the feedback we got. So...
I want to mention
teasing.
Sorry.
He's a teasing kind of guy. And I have a joke.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, do the teasing first, and then I'll say the thing.
Tomorrow's song is by Paul Wensley, and Tuesday's song is by Robert Lund and Spaff.
Yay!
And I need a topic for this week's Spotify playlist. Any suggestions?
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario. I can do
Epic
that.
Rap Battles did Mario Brothers versus Wright Brothers. Ian's song Smaller. There's, of course, Peaches from the Super Mario Brothers movie by Jack Black. And the Super Mario Brothers Super Show theme song, which was also in the movie. I know there's more. Oh, yeah, of course, there's tons of stuff by Starbomb, and, would be...
yeah.
Welcome to the Mario Party. That's a good one of theirs. Brettle Floss did, what's it called? Baby Mario and Papa Yoshi? Or Papa Yoshi and Baby Mario? It's one of those two.
Who did the song from Luigi's point of view, where when does Luigi get to fuck the princess or something like that?
I do not know who did that song.
I'll have to look it up. It was really funny, but I don't remember who sang it.
Yeah. Anyway, the thing I was going to mention is I'm making postcards for the 2 people who are in my Patreon who are getting postcards once a month, and I had to come up with something to draw. So here's what I drew. It's Brack saying, "Oh boy, buddy, you got a postcard. Ain't you luckier than a bucket of beef?" So if you want to donate to me $25 a month, this is the high-quality stuff you can get in the mail from me that I make up during Toby Danger interviews on the FuMPCast.
Love it. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
I'm Luke Ski, and Drew Jacobs was here, and also Toby Danger in the past.
Indeed.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
They're the Mario Brothers and plumbing's their game. They found the secret warp zone while working on the drain.